Hi guys, welcome back again to another amazing video. In this video I want to talk about this particular care home in Canada that is recruiting. Guys, if you are interested to work as a personal support worker, this video is just for you. What you have to do is just to apply and don't forget to put in your email address. Guys, there is no harm in trying. Remember, it's not that easy to get a job in Canada as a caregiver because now there's a lot of competition. Everybody wants to move to Canada as a caregiver, but what you have to do is just to keep on applying. So guys, I have something very important today to show you guys. Why not follow me to my screen and see what I have for you? So guys, the first care home I will be talking about today in Canada is called Everest Home Health Care. Guys, when you go to your browser, just type everest.com and this page will pop up like this, but you need to watch this video to the end. Let me show you what is very important. When you get to this page, what you have to do is just to scroll down and you will see something like Everest Home Health Care, specializing in home health care in Toronto. Guys, make sure you scroll down and you see something like contact us today. That is not very important. Just continue scrolling down and you see something like in-home care, senior care, elder care, and more. You have to understand that they deal with in-home care, senior care, elder care, and other services. And guys, make sure you read everything, because if you don't read everything, you will not know what you are getting into. It's better you read everything so you understand, because if you are shortlisted, there's going to be an interview. So guys, make sure you understand what you are going into. For example, they say home care, healthcare staffing, and careers. Guys, that is not all. Continue to scroll down and you see why choose Everest. Make sure you read everything so that you understand this particular home care, what they do, what they are into, their vision, and so on and so forth. And they say personalized home care plans. Guys, it's very, very important. I will always emphasize read everything, because during your interview, they can ask you some questions. And if you don't know, that might be some negative comments about your interview. So guys, make sure you scroll down. When you get to the bottom of the page, you now go back to the top. Go back to the top, because that's where it becomes very interesting. When you get back to the top of the page, make sure you click on what is important, because you cannot just be clicking. Now, what you have to do next is to look at their services. When you click our services, you see in-home senior care, home support, Alzheimer and dementia support, oncology care, food care, companionship services. Guys, they are into all this, so you have to know them at the tip of your fingers. That is not all. The next thing you have to do is to look at their careers. When you click on their careers, you see something like join the team, forms, staff testimonials. What you have to do is to click on join the team, and when you put your cursor on join the team, you immediately see something like registered nurses, practical nurses, and personal support workers. Remember, we are going in for the practical or personal support workers, because if you click on registered nurses or practical nurses, it becomes very difficult to put your things together, because they want you to be very, very qualified. So what you have to do is just to choose something very, very low, start at a low pace, so that you learn something before you can move in as a nurse. Even if you are qualified as a nurse from your home country, it's better for you to begin as a personal support worker. It makes it easier for you to get the job, and it makes it easier for you to work in peace without so much things to do. Remember, as a nurse, you have so much to do. You have to give medication, you have to give injections, you have to prepare the medications, you have to input everything in the computer. But as a personal support worker, you just have to give medication when the nurses have already make it ready for the patient, with the patient's name and the patient's let's say room number and everything. So you don't need to do much as a personal support worker. So what you have to do now is to click on this personal support worker. When you click on it, another page will pop up like this, and you'll see something like personal support workers. And then you have to scroll down and it still reads personal support workers, Toronto and Mississauga. Please, I might not be pronouncing it well, but know that that's how it is. Then what you have to do is just to scroll down. You see something like the job description. This is very, very important, and this is what I've been talking about. Remember, you have been applying and you have your CV already, but you cannot use one CV to apply to so many jobs. This is why it is very important to tailor your CV according to the job description. For example, it states job description. The PSW, personal support worker, may be required to assist clients in their home with the following. Remember, you'll be working in people's home, so you have to first of all tailor your CV in relation to the fact that you are working at people's home. They say personal care, including bathing, showering, dressing, toilet, skin care, oral care, hair care, positioning and mobility assistant, transferring, feeding, and so on. Guys, make sure you tailor your CV according to the job description. Maybe you have a CV as a nurse, or maybe you make your CV to look like that of a nurse, but this one, you are going in for a personal support worker. What you have to do is just to read the job description and change things in the CV. Make sure you tailor it according to the job description on each particular job. It's very important, because if you, let's say the job description is stating something different and you are applying with a different CV, it makes them to understand that you have not read everything, guys. And when you go further, it talks about other requirements. Make sure you read the requirements and put in your application. Job description and requirements is very, very important, guys. And if you continue to scroll down, they say how to apply. The next thing you have to do is to click here to submit your application online. Now, guys, what you have to do is to click on where you have to submit your application, and you'll see something like application form. The next thing you have to do is just to scroll down, and they say employee application form. They say please fill out the form below or click on the button to download an application. Guys, now it's time for you to put in your information. They say last or family name, and then put in your first name, and they say put in your initials and email, and then address. Remember, your email is very, very important, because they will never call you. Yes, they will never call you. What they will do is just to send you an email. If they are interested in you, they will send you an email, but they will not call you. So please, even if you are putting in your phone number, remember to put in a valid email address. If you put in your email address, make sure you always check your spam, because they might send some messages and it goes straight to your spam. And they say put in your city, put in your province, postal code, what is your major intersection. Guys, make sure you also put in your telephone number and your date of birth. They say, are you legally entitled to obtain employment in Canada? Make sure you tell them yes or no. They will know that you are somebody who needs sponsorship if you click on no, and if you click on yes, they will know that you are somebody who does not need sponsorship. It's better to tell them when you are filling in this form, because it makes them to be aware, it makes them to understand that this person needs sponsorship and they know what to do. And they say, have you ever been convicted of a crime for which a pardon has not been granted? Guys, make sure you click no. Do you have a car? It is very, very important to click yes, because if you do not know how to drive, you'll be working at people's home. It makes it very, very difficult. And they say communication. Remember to choose the language you can speak. English, if you can speak English, if you can speak French, if you can write them, make sure you specify. And they say, do you have a current certification in first aid? Guys, remember, you are going into work. If you do not have the, let's say, the necessary qualification, it will be very difficult for you to get this job. So it's better for you to tell them, yes, I have my qualification and qualified to work as a personal support worker. And they say, you should write something about your education, the length of your course, if you finish the program or not. And guys, it keeps on going. They say other education, name of the course, have you ever been employed? Remember, it is always important to tell them that you have job experience, because if you do not have job experience, it makes it difficult, guys. Continue to go down, fill in your employer, they say, may we contact this person for reference? They want to contact your employer for reference. Make sure you always talk with the employers to tell them that you have applied for this job, and if they call or if they send them an email, they should give their own feedback. And they are telling you to upload your resume. Make sure you put in your CV. Guys, I've told you, tailor your CV according to the job description. And they are also asking about references. Remember, it is Canada. They want to be sure that you are qualified to do this job. And they say terms and condition. make sure you put in your name, make sure you provide everything they need. And when you get to the bottom, you have to sign, and then you put the date. And they say click to agree with the above statement and submit your application. When you are done filling in every information, you have to click here to agree with the statement, and then you filling in your you submit your application. Guys, this is very, very important because it is Canada and they want those who are qualified. So guys, don't miss out on this. Remember, there's no harm in trying. Just apply. You never can tell. They can email you and you get a positive feedback from them. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to share. Don't forget